Started on Tinder, y'all. Hey guys, it's CC Lesson 3. Welcome back to my channel. So for today, I figured I'd answer the question I've been getting the most, especially since my Hong Kong vlogs, and that is, who's the guy? Do I have a boyfriend? How do we meet? All that stuff. So yeah, he is my boyfriend. Back in early June, I found myself swiping on Tinder, and honestly, I kind of gave up the whole idea of possibly dating. I just figured maybe I'll meet a nice person, like just a friend, because guys here, like I said, don't seem to be interested in me, like dating me seriously. And then there's the language barrier, so it just seemed like it wasn't gonna happen. So I see this guy with this really cute smile. I read his bio and everything's in like fluent English, and he says how he loves Game of Thrones. So I was like, oh, super swipe. A few hours later, I got a notification saying that I got a new match, and I saw that he liked me back. So I messaged him, because if I wait around for people to message me, they don't. Like, guys don't talk to me. I don't know what's wrong. So I messaged him and I said, oh my god, like you're so adorable, like you have the cutest smile. And he replied pretty quick. He's like, oh, thank you, that's sweet to say. And he's like, oh, you know, you can call me Dawn. I was like, oh, you can call me Jazzy, because that's my middle name. I don't really introduce myself by my first name these days, which is Isis, because it's Isis. We're talking, and eventually we just exchange cacaos. You know, he tells me he's fresh from his military service. Like, he literally got out like 5 days before we started to talk, and that he was going back to the States to finish his last year of school. So I was like, oh great, I meet this nice guy, and of course he's leaving. I told myself, okay, well, don't get too involved, don't let it be too serious, just have fun for now, whatever. And then he told me, you know, I'm like, so how old are you and everything? So he's like, I'll be 24 in August. And I was like, oh, so you were born in 94, so he's a year younger than me. And then I'm not gonna lie, I got a little excited when he told me his birthday was August 25th, because I was like, oh, you're a Virgo like Namjoon. Yeah, like we're just talking, and then he's like, oh, so what are you doing this weekend? I was like, honestly, I don't know, but there's a bunch of like animal cafes I want to go to and vlog about, because this was right around the time when I had just started like actively doing YouTube videos. And he's like, oh yeah, there's this meerkat one at Hongdae. And I was like, I've been wanting to go to that one. He said, oh yeah, I'm down to go. And he said, you know, okay, so his dad is a diplomat, so he spent most of his life not in Korea. So there's like a lot of Korean themed things that he hasn't done. And because he lived in the Philippines, Austria, Korea, and the US. So he went to high school in California, went to University in Indiana. He said, you know, he did 3 years of school and then left to do his military service, so he didn't really know many people in Korea. So he's like, yeah, you know, actually I just joined Tinder because I don't really know people here except for my comrades who did his service with him. The day of, I tell him, hey, do you think we can meet at like 1:30? I'm meeting a friend at like 3:30, so you know, that gives us like 2 hours to hang out. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem, see you then. So I go to the cafe where we're supposed to go to, and I'm like, where you at? He's like, wait, I thought you said 3:30. I'm just like, because I'm not gonna lie, there's been several occasions where I, you know, made plans with someone to go to like coffee or lunch or a movie or whatever, and the day of they cancel for whatever reason. So I'm just like, okay, it's another one, all the same. So I kind of went off on him a little bit. I was just like, yeah, you know, I kind of expected it. This happens to me all the time in Korea. And he's like, wait, no, I really just thought you meant to meet at 3:30. And then luckily for me, my friend Zoe, she agreed to go with me to the cafe. And I have a Wi-Fi egg. Like, I don't have data or a Korean phone number or anything. So I turned my Wi-Fi egg off just to save it. I really wasn't expecting to hear from him or see him. We all are at the Meerkat Cafe. We're having fun. We're petting them. And, you know, there's a fox show thingy about to start. There's a raccoon. I showed you guys the cafe in the vlog. Me and my friends were actually on our way about to leave, and then I hear a, hey Isis, and I'm like, and he shows up, and I was like, oh, hey. I didn't expect you to come here. He's like, yeah, I just wanted to show you that not all guys here are the same. Like, so I'm like, all right. And we end up waiting there for like another hour so he could get like his time with the meerkats. So after we spent time at the cafe, we decided to go to another cafe to get some drinks and stuff. And we went to Art Box. We just basically walked around a bit. And we kind of talked there, all of us, me, him, and my two friends, for like an hour and a half. And honestly, me and him weren't even talking. So I'm like, I don't think he likes me. Like, he hit it off with my friends though. Like, after talking there for a bit, I had already, you know, said that I wanted to go see that Jurassic Park movie. So me and Zoe were gonna go. Rachel was gonna go the next day with her boyfriend. And I'm like, I didn't know what he planned to do after the cafe and everything, because he said, oh, I was just gonna go to a pub and maybe meet some people. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, the movie's about to start, what are we doing? So then we all just leave. We're heading, me and Zoe are heading to the movie theater. Rachel stays behind, and he's also heading out, but it's also the same direction as like the subway exit. So I didn't know what he was doing. I finally just decided to ask him, I'm like, so are you gonna join us? He's like, oh, I don't know, should I? And I was like, well, you kind of owe it to me since you showed up so late to our date, our meeting. He's like, yeah, okay, you got a point. And then we got to the theater, and he was actually nice enough to pay for me and my friend. I was like, oh, that was sweet. You know, you didn't have to do that. And like I said, I still don't really know how he feels. Like, I think he's cute. You know, he was funny. It's just we weren't really talking to each other a lot. Then after that, his bus didn't come until like midnight. At this point, it's maybe like 10:30 or 11. And my friends were about to go out clubbing. Me and him decided to just go around and walk around. It was raining, so we're like, oh, let's just go for a walk. And we started to talk, like just us for the first time all day. So yeah, like we talked for like an hour and a half. He goes back to his bus, and then I get back to my guest house. I didn't go out that night. I just kind of got ready for bed. And then I messaged him and said, oh, you know, thanks for coming to the movies. Thanks for joining us at the cafe. It was fun. So I finally just asked him, so do you ever go biking by the river? And he's like, oh, I haven't. And I was like, so you want to go next weekend? Just shooting my shot. Shooting my shot. And he agreed. He's like, yeah, it should be fun. So we have another date to go biking the next weekend, and I vlogged that one as well. And by coincidence, we actually matched. So we went to get sushi at a rotating sushi bar. Then we went to cheesecake, because cheesecake is the best thing on this planet. Then we went to a dog cafe, and then we went biking in Yoido, and we ended up riding all the way down to Banpo Bridge, and we saw that there was gonna be a night market. And then he was like, hey, can I hold your hand? So that's when I knew he liked me. After the market, we decided to drink by the river. I had soju. He had like literally like 4 sips of beer, and he was already glowing red, and I was like, oh my god. And he was like, what? I was like, are you drunk? He's like, no, I'm good. I was like, you are red as hell right now. And he's like, oh, that's so embarrassing. I was like, no, that's cute. And again, it's approaching that midnight hour where he has to take his bus home, because though at the time, you know, 23, he still lives with his parents. They're still strict and everything. And yeah, by the way, they don't even know about me, because they would not approve of him being with a foreigner, let alone a black girl. So anyway, I decided to convince him, or try to convince him, to stay out with me for, you know, until the morning buses, because the buses and trains and everything started up again around 5:30 or 6. So, you know, he calls his dad, comes up with this lie, and I'm like listening until he's like, oh, 네 아버지, 어디에요? Gets permission to stay out later. And initially I wanted him to go clubbing with us, but then I didn't even feel like clubbing. So we literally just got food, went back to my guest house, sat there and watched YouTube videos all night. That was when he asked me if he could kiss me on the cheek, and I was just like, yeah, you can kiss me on the cheek. So, you know, he kissed me on the cheek, but I knew he wanted like a kiss. So on his way out the door, I just kissed him on the lips, and he was just like, see you next time. I think the next day was the aquarium in Lotte Tower, which that's another one I vlogged. And this is the first time he started to show like public affection besides like holding my hand. Like he would like, you know, put his arm around me and, you know, like poke me, and I was just like, oh my god, I think he likes me. This is awesome. Like I said, I've been here all this time, and I have not found a guy who was actually nice to me and genuinely affectionate and caring toward me. And then I was like, so you should go clubbing with me and my friends tonight. He was like, oh, I don't know, I don't know if I can. And I was just, you know, getting all pouty, trying to get my way. He called his dad again and asked if he could stay out. They said yes, so he went clubbing with us. And he had always been bragging about, oh yeah, my friends tell me I'm a really good dancer. So I was like, oh, I gotta see this. So we get to our usual place, Sabotage. They play hip hop music. He doesn't listen to hip hop music. I don't know what he was doing. He's doing this like arm pump thing, and I was just like, oh god, no. Music's lit, drinks are flowing, I'm lit, everything was good. It was a really fun night, and that was the first time we made out. So then the next date, I believe, was we went to a museum. So yeah, we went there, we walked around a bit, and then we went to see Ant-Man. One of my favorite things to do is to just walk around the bridges, like walk on the bridges at night over Han River, and to see the city lights. So we did that, and we ended up just walking up and down Han River for a bit. Then he had to go again because the magical Cinderella hour of midnight was approaching. So he goes home. The next time we hung out, we went to the Pride Parade together. After that, we went to Myeongdong for drinks and food. And then we went to see Skyscraper, that Dwayne Johnson movie. Honestly, we just went because my friends were at a pool party and we were all gonna go clubbing with them again. So we were just trying to kill time because we've been walking around all day. We're like, let's just sit in air conditioner and find whatever movie is playing the latest. And this was around the time when I had been trying to convince him to go to Hong Kong with me. So it was kind of like a sign that the movie was set in Hong Kong. Neither of us knew what it was about. We just saw it was the latest one showing. But after that, we went clubbing with my friends, and that was the last time we hung out before our trip to Hong Kong. And for me personally, like I said, so this is like the end of July at this point, and I know he's leaving at the end of August or mid-August. And like I said, I didn't want to get too attached, but I was catching feels. And you know, when he actually agreed to go with me to Hong Kong, like his parents didn't even let him stay out past midnight barely. So I was like, there's no way they're gonna agree to let you go to Hong Kong. And the only reason they had let him go is because he told them he was going with one of his guy friends, and that trip was so perfect. Like, our guest house was cute, even though the Wi-Fi was terrible. The food was great. We were able to do a lot and not spend a lot of money. So yeah, I wanted to get my tattoo in Hong Kong, and I needed him to hold the camera for me, or my phone. And it was cute watching him shake because he's literally holding my phone like like he hates needles. We spent so much time together. But I think the day in Hong Kong when I realized it was too late and I had already caught feels, like L-word feels, when we went to the beach together. Again, all of this is in my vlogs. I don't know what it was. It was the settings, just being like, I've never been abroad with a boy before. I've been trying for over a year to go to Hong Kong. I'm not one of those solo travelers. Like, I'm a very timid person, so I knew if I went alone, I would be alone. So yeah, like, our relationship really changed in Hong Kong because that's when he first used the L word. And I just looked at him like, what? He's, oh, oops, oh my god, I can't believe I said that. So I was just like, okay, like, you're weird, whatever, let that go. He started to say it more and more often. And mind you, this is like August 3rd to August 7th, and he was going back to the US August 14th. So then he's like, you should be my girlfriend. And I kept saying no. I'm like, there's no point, you're leaving. Like, I don't want to be in a long distance relationship. He kept asking me, and literally on the last day of our trip, for some reason I said yes. It's like, really? I was like, yeah, okay. I was like, but I gotta tell you, you know, this is based on how I feel now and on the summer that we've had, but if feelings change, feelings change. And he's like, yeah, I understand. Long distance is tough. You know, it's not fair. So, as of right now, September 12th, we're together. I won't be back into the States until next year, so I don't know how long this will be. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, like, he's a really sweet guy through and through. And he's a very clumsy, dangerous dude. Like, it's to the point where when I'm with him, I don't wear any clean shoes because he always steps on my feet. I remember we were at the museum holding hands, and he's like swinging our arms, and then he like flexes with my arm in his and pinched the hell out of me. I remember we were on the subway, and I'm like sitting on the guardrail, and he's next to me, and he, for some reason, you know, he's going back and forth, and he like shoulder checks me and like crushed my collarbone. Like, he causes pain to me a lot by accident. He's just a really clumsy dude. And like, when I got my tattoo, Like, we were playing around tickling each other because he is painfully ticklish. Like, I'm like, were you not loved as a child? Like, have you not been tickled before? So then, like, he's trying to, like, stop me from tickling him. He grabs my arm, and then he grabs my fresh tattoo wrist, and I'm like, I just got a tattoo there. Ow, ow. He's like, oh my god, I'm sorry. And he kept doing that. His glasses pokes me in the eye a lot. Like, I just, there's always some sort of injury I get when I'm around him. He's a danger to himself and others. We don't have a lot in common, like I said, though. Like, I like movies, TV, and anime. He doesn't. We listen to different music. He likes to work out. I don't. I'm more of a couch potato. He likes to be out and about. Oh, and that's another thing. When he told me, oh, I love Game of Thrones, he read the books, and he doesn't watch the show. He watches YouTube clips of the show. I was like, that does not even count, bro. Like, what? But yeah, that is, I guess, my dating in Korea update. So we'll see where this goes. Like I said in my video last week, I'm working on like a Q&A type of video. If there's anything else you guys want to know, leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching if you did. Like, share, and subscribe. We can talk in the comments. See you next time. Annyeong.